Time is finally here. Y'all been asking for it. We're about to get into it. Fantasy PPR fantasy football rankings coming up next on Hammers House.
The United States are strongly encouraged to shelter in place to avoid being attacked or taken hostage. To shelter in place, take the following precautions. Close all windows and doors, and all lights.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the original, the official, the only house. Welcome to Hammers House, special edition. Told you guys before, we're going to add some things to the channel this coming season. And tonight we are finally doing our fantasy football rankings for all you guys to get yourselves ready for your upcoming fantasy drafts. Now, for everybody, I know most of you guys do it. This is going to be a PPR fantasy rankings. Waiting for other people to come on in. For those that want to get involved in the chat, if you guys have any questions, the only way you can do that is hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. But from here on out, when we do lives, unless you're subscribed to the channel, you will not be able to be seen in the chat. So hit that subscribe button to join the conversation. You guys can definitely ask your questions tonight. Throughout this season, we will be doing weekly fantasy updates. We will be doing start sit-ems. I'm not touching daily fantasy. This is for fantasy leagues. Again, PPR leagues. So we're going to get right into it. Let me see. I got Robert Pena in the building. I got King of King in the building. Bill Gates. We look very well coached. We absolutely do. That we're doing our things this year, man. We're doing our things throughout. We're doing everything the right way right now throughout OTAs, throughout training camp, throughout preseason. I'm very happy. But let's get into it. I know other people should be coming in here shortly, but let's open this up, and we're going to start right now with the quarterbacks. Should I do it this way, or should I do it this way? I'll leave it like this. So, and let me get rid of my logo for now. Sorry, y'all. All right, so here we go right now with the top 25 for PPR for the quarterback position. You got Justin Allen, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott, Trey Lance, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins at 14, which I'm a little stunned right now. 15 for Derek Carr. Put some respect on my man's name. All right? Pause. Justin Fields, Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence, Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, Mac Jones, Daniel Jones, which I don't even know how he's remotely in the top 25. Zach Wilson, who recently went down, is going to be out for a couple of weeks with the MCL. I'm sorry, not the MCL, the meniscus injury, and Carson Wentz. Let me get back to the chat real quick. Make sure you guys are staying up with this. Those are the top 25 right now. Like I said, I'm going to go specifically into detail about the top 10 at each position. For those that are in here that are used to the channel, yes, we normally talk Raiders, but you're going to see things in these rankings that you're going to probably be like, why? How is this possible? Some of y'all will understand and whatever. But like I said, at number one, we got Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen has finished at QB1 in back-to-back years. great versatile, mobile, and a great throwing quarterback. Averaging 24.6 fantasy points per game, 26.7 was what he was expected to do per game. 763 rushing yards in 122 attempts last year. There's no quarterback that had more top 3 finishes or top 8 weekly finishes than Allen. Allen is going to be your guy. Al, what is up, man? Appreciate you pulling on up. Shadow, what's good? If you guys want to join the conversation, come on over to YouTube. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to join the conversation. Bill Gates, we will talk about it, all right? Relax. Like I said, I think that needs to be flipped. Look, Allen has a very high passing touchdown ceiling. And again, a guy that can run and throw, and he's a lot more versatile and a lot more accurate than a guy like Lamar Jackson or Kyler Murray. This is the ultimate top tier quarterback in your PPR league. If this is a guy, if you're looking to get a quarterback, and depending on how you really like to pick, me, I'm the type of person that will go normally a running back in the first round, but it also is going to go by where exactly you're getting your first pick. So that is Josh Allen. Hold on. Not even done with that. The 2022 projections this year is for him to have 401 points, which would make him 401.4 points, which would make him the QB1 for the third consecutive year. Completion percentage would have him ranked 27th at 64.22. Yards, 4,406, which would have him ranked 8th. Touchdowns, 34.5, which would have him. Interceptions, 13.9, which wouldn't be bad at all. I have him ranked at 85th on that. The statistics last year, he played all his games, 63.3 completion percentage, 4,407 yards, 36 pass touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 763 rush yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. Again, this guy has finished first for the last 2 years straight. My son Prez is in the building. What's good? Car should be number 1. It's going to be a TD fact. Look, Anthony, we're not that would be me being biased. I'm not doing that. You hear the crickets? Let me close the window. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, makes a major difference. Remember when Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura went to the window and was like, ah, ah. That's exactly what that window's like. That's dope. I digress. Let me get back over here. I don't know what the hell just happened. Hello? There we go. All right. Next up on the list is Justin Herbert. I don't know why this just did this. All right. So last year for Justin Herbert, yes, the crickets are in the convo. I feel disrespected. No, I'm joking. So the 2021 statistics for Justin Herbert, he played all 17 games with a completion percentage of 65.9, 5,014 passing yards, 38 passing touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 302 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He finishes quarterback number 2, and rightfully so. Dude's numbers are pretty solid. You're a fool. No, I got it. Actually, I'll make sure that the right mic is connected to this, because that's probably a problem too. No, we're good. All right. Herbert is another one that's a very versatile, another mobile quarterback in the league. His accuracy, obviously, is pretty fucking solid, and this is coming from a Raider fan that's talking about him right now. Again, I watched the kid throughout Oregon. I was a huge fan of him then. Now he plays in our division. Not so much. He finished 3rd in touchdowns and 5th in PFF passing grade of 91.8 clean pocket throughout last year. He had the 3rd highest graded quarterback overall, 3rd in fantasy points per game at 22.7, 5th in expected fantasy points per game, which was 21.7. he's got his weapons with him, guys that look, we can potentially shut down this year. I know I'm not supposed to be doing that right now, but he was posting top 5 weeks, top 5 quarterback rankings for several weeks throughout last season. He's another guy that if you're in the market for a quarterback in the whatever round, like when you're searching for a quarterback, if he's available at your second best quarterback right now in fantasy, that we're talking fantasy. We're not talking about, you know what I'm trying to go there. Justin Herbert would be your second best option at quarterback this coming season. Number 3, Patrick Mahomes. Look, up and down, but at the same time, his numbers were still pretty fucking solid last year. Going into this season, he has a huge lack of weapons. Pretty much he doesn't have Tyreek Hill anymore, so a lot of us don't think he's going to be able to produce. But per Fantasy Pros, they seem to think otherwise. They have him ranked 3rd. The projections right now for him, the 2021 statistics had him 66.3 completion percentage, 4,839 pass yards, 37 pass touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 381 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He finished 4th. He finished 4th. I don't know how this came about of him being number 3. Again, you don't have Hill anymore. You're going to be heavily relying on Kelsey. You have Juju. You have Josh Gordon. I think Sky Moore is the other one that's there now. Still a guy that has done his thing throughout his career. He's another one that's a really solid dual threat. The projections right now for him are for him to finish in points at second at 37.2.9. The yards, 4,845.3, which would be number 1, and touchdowns, 35.9. Let's estimate it, 36. Interceptions would have him at 11.6. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell just happened. Right now, your 3rd option at quarterback right now would be Patrick Mahomes. Again, for those that are up in arms right now, we're not talking about league play. We're not talking about these guys' performance minus fantasy numbers. So I already see people getting all up in arms right now with these rankings. Leave it alone. Just go along with this. Number 4 is Lamar Jackson. Last year, he only played 12 games due to that ankle injury. Completion percentage was 64.4. Passing yards, 2,882. As we know, he loves to fucking run. 16 passing touchdowns, 13 interceptions, which is not that great. 767 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had a QB finish last year of 14. He definitely a season to forget with him. He dealt with the injuries, like I said. Injuries, illnesses, it regressed him immensely. This is coming from a dude that was a candidate for the league MVP not too long ago. The grades that he has right now are pretty much up in the middle, but everybody thinks don't just jump off the ship with him already, that he's going to be a quarterback that will bounce back this coming year. Now, granted, he did lose his ace in Brown, but look, another guy, he loves to run a hell of a lot more than he does throw. So he could be a guy that could be solid. The projections this year for him are 352.5 points, which would have him 4th in the quarterback rankings. Completion percentage, 64.67. Again, he don't throw that much, so you can see him having some type of average like that, but that would rank him 25th. 3,731 yards, which kind of shocks me, but that would rank him 20th. Touchdowns, 24.5, and 13 interceptions. I don't know how I feel about that one right now. Blame PPR, not me. Yeah, nobody's blaming you, Prez, so don't stop. Nobody's blaming you for this. We got Kyler Murray up next. Last season, 1 through 8, he was on fire. Then it just went downhill. This was a team that a lot of people were ranting and raving about, and then all of a sudden it went down south. Last year, he played in 14 games with a completion percentage of 69.2. Passing yards, 3,787. Passing touchdowns, 24, 10 interceptions, rushing yards, 423, which is not that. It doesn't really stand out to a lot of us. 5 rushing touchdowns, and he finished ranked quarterback 10. Now, DeAndre Hopkins is suspended the first 6 games of the season. I think another one of their receivers just got popped for like speeding, but I don't know if the league is going to come down on that, and that's Marquise Brown. I'm sorry. They recently acquired Marquise Brown, but they still have Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz can definitely play a role as the security blanket for him. So right now they have the projections for him with points, having him finish 5th at 351. Completion percentage is 67.3, which would have him 5th. Passing yards, 4,263, would have him finish 11th. Touchdowns, 27, which would have him finish in 12th, and interceptions at 12. Hammer, explain these projections. These are not my takes. We didn't say they were. What are you doing right now? Calm down. Preds is ready to jump off a cliff right now, and I'm not understanding why. All right. Jalen Hurts. Look, going into last year, last season he finished with a quarterback ranking at 86 in fantasy points per game. Last season he played 15 games, 61.3 completion percentage, 3,144 yards, 16 passing touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 784 rushing yards, 10 rushing TDs. He finished 8th for a guy that went into the league as 86 in the rankings. His rushing numbers, he had an ankle sprain last year, dropped his rushing numbers from 57.9 to 29.7 per game, which was terrible. But he was more or less majority of that team's running game until he got hurt. Now you have a new weapon in A.J. Brown now on the roster. And you still have Devontae Smith over there. Look, sky's the limit for this guy this year, whether he's throwing, whether he's running. As long as he stays healthy, this is another dude that you're going to want as your starting quarterback, especially with the weapons. I've talked about the Eagles. I've even talked about the Ravens. Those are 2 teams that had a very, very solid draft class and brought some guys in to revamp both of these teams respectfully. So Jalen Hurts definitely has a huge upside this coming season, and that's why right now they have him ranked at number 6. Next up is the Super Bowl losing quarterback, Joe Burrow. He finished the regular season as the highest graded passer at 91.2, while also ranking 1st in stats like passing grade from a clean pocket at 94.6 and passing grade throwing at the intermediate level at 95.8. He finished the season as a QB 88, slightly over 20.5 fantasy points per game. Now, last season, he played in 16 games. He completed 70.4%. Not bad. 4,611 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 118 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He finished 5th. This is a pocket passing quarterback. Excuse me. This is a pocket passing quarterback. Very, very accurate, as you guys can see. 70.4 completion percentage. That's really, really good. Having him there at number 7, it goes right along with the quarterback right after him. Another guy that is a pocket passing quarterback, and that's Tom Brady. The projection this year for Joe Burrow, they have him finishing 9th in points, 1st in completion percentage. Again, from what we saw last year, there's a good chance that could happen again. 5th in passing yards, 8th in touchdowns, really nothing, like 77th in interceptions. Burrow, again, a pocket passing presence. If you have a great, solid running back game, then cool. You can go for a quarterback like Joe Burrow. But if not, he's a guy I would probably use as a backup or dude that you want to use for your bye week when your legit starter is out. Next up is Tom Brady. 44 years old. This motherfucker's still in the league. God help us. He attempted the most passes in the league with 719 and finished with the most passing yards with 5,316 and second most passing touchdowns with 43 in any single season of his career. Brady was quarterback 83 in fantasy points per game. While he might not reach those heights this year, he's still leading one of the fastest paced offenses in the league, and the numbers don't lie. Last year in 17 games, a completion percentage of 67.5. Passing yards, 53-16, 43 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions, 81 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He finished QB3. Like I said, this guy is a pocket quarterback. You don't see him run that often. All the numbers for his projections this year are all top 10 categories. He just got Julio Jones, which, again, he's a guy that can never stay healthy if his life depended on it. Mike Evans was hampering hamstring injury throughout training camp. I don't know when he will be back on the field. And who is that? Chris Godwin is supposed to be back. I'm not sure if it's week 1 or a couple of weeks after, but again, for a pocket passer, this could be your guy, unless you want a guy that's a dual threat, like the next one we're about to talk about. At number 9, we have Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is now a Denver Bronco. I'm a little curious to see what he does with another suspect offensive line, something that he dealt with before in Seattle. But last year, 14 games, 64.8 completion percentage, 31-13 in passing yards, 25 pass touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 183 rushing yards, which is not normal for a guy like Russell Wilson, 2 rushing touchdowns. He finished QB 19. I don't know why this keeps happening, but whatever. Wilson has some weapons in Jerry Jeudy. He's got Sutton over there and a pretty good running game. I'm curious to see what he does because, again, at the same time, I'm not sure if I really trust this dude's offensive line, and I think he's going to end up reliving exactly what he lived in Seattle. He's not going to have the protection that he wants. He's going to end up on his back more times than not. But I highly, definitely believe he downgraded significantly from the talent that he had in Seattle. Eagletarian was good. Raider Rick was good. This sucks. I need water now. My fault, y'all. Number 10 is Dak Prescott. Another one. I don't know why he's ranked here. This is a guy that just lost Coop. Coop is now in Cleveland without a quarterback, realistically. Deshaun Watson is suspended 11 games. So he will be dealing with Jacoby Brissett. But the projection for Prescott this year is to be in the top 10 category of everything. Last year in 16 games, had a completion percentage of 68.8, 4,449 passing yards, 37 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 146 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown. He finished 9th. This is another quarterback that has that pocket passing presence, a guy that you really, if this is your starter, good luck. Try to have that combo. Try to have that combo of CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup if you can, or Dalton Schultz at the tight end position. Maybe even Tony Pollard, because Tony Pollard is a guy that I think is going to outwork Zeke in Dallas this year. His production is nothing short but a top 10 quarterback, and this is why he's in the top 10 right now. But from there, like I said, we're only breaking down the top 10. We're going to move on to the running back position. So let's get to it. Actually, I'm going to touch on Carr real quick because I know a lot of you guys are up in arms about this. I don't feel that Carr should be 15th, but again, this is fantasy. This isn't realistically. Carr, in my opinion, is a top 10 quarterback, and we're not talking fantasy points there. With what Carr has this year, you got Adams, You got Waller. You got Renfro. You have a backfield of running backs that can catch. We still don't know who the number 3 receiver is going to be, but in regards to his projections this year, they have him finishing 15th in points, 6th in completion percentage, 7th in yards, 11th in touchdowns. So Fantasy Pros has Derek Carr finishing with 29 touchdowns. I don't understand how they have him finishing with 29 touchdowns with the weapons he has. Last year in 17 games, he had a completion percentage of 68.4, 4,804 passing yards. I definitely think he can eclipsing. He can go way over 5,000 this year. 23 passing touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 108 rushing yards, no touchdowns. He finished QB 12. Now, I'm looking at the passing touchdowns now, what they're projecting him to have. So 6 more. Why? Because he has Adams. I think he can do a hell of a lot better than that. I can definitely see that. Hey, could use some help. I'm the commissioner of a league with 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1. Hold on. Let me put this up so I can read it, and hopefully I don't get canceled as a result. All right. Appreciate you coming on, Daniel, and I'm going to try to answer this question. Hey, could use some help. I'm the commissioner of a league with 1 quarterback, 1 running back, receiver, 2 receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. I put it up to vote to add a 2nd running back spot, but everyone said I can choose. Would you add? This is a half PPR 10 team. I'm used to it being a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a flex. That's what I'm used to. To add a 2nd, that would be very, very interesting, because then majority you'd be running with a hell of a lot more running backs even on your bench than you normally would. So that's kind of tricky. And for a half PPR, I've never done the half. It's always been full. That's kind of tricky. But for 10 teams, I think you would be just fine. See what your guys think and go for it. Jackson injured each of the last 2 seasons, and Lance hasn't done shit. Look, for some strange reason, Raider Rick, John Lynch, and the rest of the fucking goons over in Santa Clara think that Trey Lance is the Messiah. And a lot of people, for some strange reason, are very high on the San Francisco 49ers this coming year. Isaac, what's good? Thoughts on my 12-team PPR team? Josh Allen, a Swift from Detroit. I'm assuming that's Chase Edmonds from Miami. DJ Moore, Allen Robinson, Kelsey, flex Mike Thomas. I would really like to know who your bench is. Josh Allen, obviously, I'm all on board for. The Miami's fucking running back depth chart right now is something serious, and I don't know who the legit starter is going to be there. Swift has been doing his thing in Detroit. DJ Moore now has Baker Mayfield as his quarterback. The Panthers announced today that Baker Mayfield will be starting week 1 and week 1 against Cleveland. Allen Robinson is now the number 2 in LA. I think with the weapons that they have with the Rams, it's going to kind of be similar to us with a pick your poison type deal, at least when it comes to the receivers. Kelsey, Mahomes is going to rely heavily on him, so I think that should be pretty good for you until they're playing the Raiders. And the flex, Mike Thomas. Look, we haven't seen him healthy in nearly 2 years. I don't trust him right now. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. I think if Lance can be serviceable, they win the division this year. It's a good chance. Bench is Pollard, Tony, James, Cook, Madison, Henderson, Julio, and Albert. Oh, god damn. Look, Pollard is going to be the dude that runs Zeke's spot. Pollard was putting that work in last year. I think he's going to end up taking that spot from Zeke unless Zeke can turn it around and fucking produce for them this year. Mike Thomas is definitely a later round pick. I don't even think I have Mike Thomas in the top in the 25. And if I do, I don't know what I was thinking. Julio is another guy that he can't stay healthy for his life. Ricardo said 4-team league. All right, let's get out of this. Let's go. Let's move on to the running backs. I want to try to get this all out of the way as quickly as possible tonight, y'all. Like, I kind of was planning on going to sleep early, but that's not happening now. All right, so here we go with the running backs, and this has been a standard consensus down the board for a very long time, at least with some of the guys you see at the top. But now, Jonathan Taylor is number one. Definitely a dude, I think. What is that noise? Definitely a guy that's been consistent throughout his career. A fucking solid fucking running back. You know what? You guys can look at the top 25. We're just going to break down the top 10. I'm going to do it just like that. Let me get back to this. What's funny is I'm looking at Fantasy Pros right now, and they flipped the shit again where they got McCaffrey at number one, but I'm not sold on that. With Taylor in the PPR last year, he finished in the top 3. Not even top 3, top 2 in every single category. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the projections for this year. The projections for this year have him finishing in the top 2 in just about every single category except for receiving yards. Last year in 17 games, he had 332 attempts for 1,811 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, which is fucking solid. 40 receptions, 360 receiving yards, 20 touchdowns. He finished first. Okay, cool. He played 70% of the snaps. He's played 70% of the snaps since 2020. He's been solid with his numbers throughout the year. He's an elite red zone running back. He's a guy you want to have. If you're the number 1 overall pick in your draft leagues, you're going to get Jonathan Taylor. He's a solid swing back, but he is a bulldozer, whether he's lining up inside, whether he's running inside or outside of the tackles. He's a solid running back and definitely the number 1 guy that you want. I'd move a couple, but solid. Raider Rick, which ones are you talking about? McCaffrey is another one that when McCaffrey's healthy, he's hot. He is a solid swing back. He can make plays real quickly from the backfield, whether he's carrying the ball or he's catching passes or if he's lined up at the slot position. He's a guy, if he's healthy, I think he does continue to do what he's done when he's been healthy. As of right now for McCaffrey, McCaffrey's projected to be in the top 10 for majority of the categories, except for touchdowns. They have him at 7.5. And I guess that's going to show that they don't trust him being healthy an entire season. Again, the injury concerns have been justified. He's had ankle sprains, thigh injuries, AC joint sprains, high ankle sprains. He's missed 18 games in the last 2 years. When he's on the field, obviously, he's a fucking beast. We can only hope that he stays healthy. And he could definitely be a great weapon for Baker Mayfield this coming season as well. Derrick Henry, there's not much to say on this dude. 8 games last year. He had that serious foot injury, but popped up in the playoffs all of a sudden. This year, they have him projected to finish in the top 5 in just about every single running back PPR category, but he's still a solid option. He's fully healed from that injury. He should definitely be a back that you guys want in the first round if you have one of these first overall picks. He's a guy that definitely should be running Tannehill and helping Tannehill tremendously, because if not, Tannehill's about to lose that starting spot to Malik Willis. Raider Rick said Etienne shouldn't be on this list until he actually plays. Cook never plays a full season, and I put Pollard in my top 25. Like I said, Pollard is definitely going to be the guy that runs that spot this year. When it comes to Dallas, Elliott was just, I don't know. He seemed to be totally lost last year. And I do believe that with a guy like Tony Pollard in the backfield, or at least on that depth chart behind Zeke, he's going to give that dude a push and a run for his money. And if not, Pollard's going to just take that spot on his own. You got your fantasy draft tomorrow. What pick do you have, Anthony? Because we can do a mock draft for you if you want. You know what? I don't even have to legit go down the board with this. I picked 4th in a 12-team league. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to set you up real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to create a mock draft for you right now. We're going to do this. You said it's a 12-team league. Is it a PPR league? I had the 4th pick on September 4th, 12-team league also. All right, so we're gonna mess around with a mock draft at the 4th pick, but I need to know if it's a PPR league or not. All right, Raider Ricks is a PPR. And is yours a PPR? It's a PPR Dynasty League with, oh shit, hold on. Do we have the Dynasty League up here? All right, so we're gonna do a Dynasty League for you real quick. 12 teams, 4th pick. All right, I'm gonna add this 20 rounds. Hold up. Does this show how many rounds I have to put on here? No. No, it doesn't have the rounds exactly on here, but let's try to do this real quick. And let me pull it up real quick. Hold up. You guys have no idea. Cordell Patterson could be a beast this year, man, but why is this? Here we go. Share. I don't know how well you can see that because it's the screen that's like that, but we're going to start this real quick, see how it turns out. Actually, I don't even think it's going to let me do this draft this way. No, it's not letting me do it this way. Like, I'm trying to do it. Let me try this again. I don't know why I just did that. Like, it won't let me actually interact with that particular one. Let me try it again. Share screen, Chrome tab. Oh, here we go. All right. So this is for Anthony's, and I think they might have already kicked me off the clock. No, they didn't. All right. So this is for the 12-team dynasty. You had the 4th overall pick, and these are the guys on the board. Realistically, again, Christian McCaffrey is a guy that has not been able to stay healthy. You have a guy in Jamar Chase that right now he's ranked as one of the top tier receivers in the league. And hold on, 3 flex with a super flex. Hold on. Let's start this over because you have a whole bunch of crazy shit. I'm going to have to fucking set this up the correct way then. That's insane, bro. All right. So how are we doing this? 3 flex with a super flex. Hold on. They don't even have that fucking option up here. and it's under Dynasty. But they don't have it up here. Well, this would count as a super flex. All right. So you said 3 flex. And a super flex. And you're allowed to start 2 QBs. This is fucking the craziest thing I've ever seen. But we're going to fucking try to work with this real quick. You have the 4th overall pick. I'm real fucking intrigued to see how this looks. Share screen. So this is what you have on the board for your first round. Realistically, if I had to choose between Herbert or Mahomes, I would probably go with Herbert. But, Ant, you're in here. Tell me what you want to do. I'll go by what you're trying to go with, and we'll see what the grade looks like afterwards. Go for it. Anthony's like, want a super flex to where you could start a QB. I got you. So out of these guys that are on the board, or do you want to look elsewhere? Do you want to look at other running backs or what? We've really been on for 41 minutes already. Jesus Christ. And I'm about to just make this pick for you, dude. Devontae motherfucking Adams first round. Got you. Where the fuck? And nobody got him, but I don't see him on here. There we go. So you got Devontae Adams. All right, so here we are in the second round. These are like the suggested. And this is who you have overall. Where are we going? Like I said, Anthony, the floor is yours right now, so you got to choose these guys, not me. You got Austin Eckler out there who was solid as fuck last year. He's projected last year, 206 attempts for 911 yards, 4.5 per carry, 70 receptions, 647 yards. He's an excellent swing back with 20 touchdown total, and he finished second. Would you give up Jacobs and a first-round pick to the Cowboys for Zeke and Matthew? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why would we give up a first-round pick for Zeke? He's not even worth that shit. Anthony, who do you want, dude? Breece Hall is up there. He's a rookie, but he could probably do a solid for the Jets this year. Dalvin Cook is up there, a solid running back from Minnesota. Saquon, who's been dealing with injuries over the last 2 seasons. Alvin Kamara's up there. Apparently that suspension won't happen until next season. Nick Chubb is up there. Who do you want? Etienne's up there. Derrick Henry's up there. Cook, there you go. If you're going by this sheet, this is where you can fucking get some fucking solid picks right in here. And these are the overall rankings for everything. A lot of these guys are already off the board. You got Diggs up there. You got Mark Andrews. You have Dak Prescott. Should have gone Eckler. What up, Jonathan? And if you guys are new in here, obviously, I'm seeing names that I'm definitely not familiar with. Welcome, because, again, the only way you could even get in on this conversation tonight on YouTube is if you are a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit that subscribe button now. Anthony, third pick. Where are we going with this, bro? You have a lot of guys available. I'm showing you a whole list right now of the best available guys from top to bottom right now. You got Trey Lance, DJ Moore, Nick Chubb, Jalen Hurts, Michael Pittman Jr. The top tight end available right now is Mark Andrews, who is going to be a solid number one for Baltimore this season. Let me go to tight ends real quick and see. Kelsey's available. Kittle's available. Waller's up there. Do you want Waller? Carr should still be available. Carr's available. Anthony, you want Andrews or do you want Waller? We're going to go Andrews for – this is Anthony's draft, and Raider Rick is getting his mock draft in tonight too. So now you got Mark Andrews. Best available right now, you still have Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Matthew Stafford, Chris Godwin, Drake London, Terry McLaurin. Andrews will get all – yep, you're absolutely right, Anthony. So where are we going here? So far, you got Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams, and Mark Andrews. I'm assuming you met quarterback, so – Prescott's there. Carr is there. You want that 1-2 combo with DC to DA? It should definitely be some serious numbers when they connect this season. Are we going Carr or are we going with one of these guys above him? There you go. So he's got the Las Vegas connection. He's got Dalvin Cook and Mark Andrews. Russell Wilson's on the board. Jalen Hurts. We don't really need a quarterback right now. Ken Walker, but he's injured. Go figure. He's got a hernia, so he's questionable to even start the season. Running back, you got it. A.J. Dillon, David Montgomery, Elijah Mitchell, Zeke, Josh Jacobs is up there. Look, Jacobs I had in the 20s for the rankings for PPR leagues. His numbers last year, 15 games, 217 attempts for 872, 4 yards per carry, 54 receptions, 348 yards, 9 touchdowns. He finished 18th. They have him in the middle of the pack finishing this season. I don't necessarily think he's going to put on these type of numbers. I think we're looking at somewhere probably a little under 850. J.C. Jackson will not start week. Yeah, we know. We know, Matt. Where do you want to go, bro? James Cook is out there. Kareem Hunt is out there. Clyde Edmonds, well, yeah, you said you don't do rivals. Tony Pollard is up there. It's really slim pickings at this point, unless you want to see more. This is the 40 that are available right now. The top running back is Ken Walker, and he's got a hernia. So next would be A.J. Dillon from Green Bay, a guy that definitely was pretty solid last season. Dodgers everything, you're 1,000% correct, and that's why I said Jacobs is not that guy. All right, so we're going with Kareem Hunt. If you're looking in receivers, we're now in tier 4 at this point. Devontae Smith is up there. Rookie Traylon Burks for Tennessee. Rookie Garrett Wilson. You got Chris Olave. It's a lot of rookies that are up here in this top 30 right now. Darnell Mooney is up here. Marquise Brown, he's hurt, and also there might be a suspension coming his way. Brandon Ayuk is up there. Coop is up there. But again, Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback for the first 11 games. Gabriel Davis is up there. Jahan Dotson, another rookie. DeAndre Hopkins, he's suspended the first 6 games of the season. Brandon Cooks in Houston with Davis Mills as a quarterback. You have George Pickens, Allen Robinson the second. Michael Thomas, there you go. He's questionable for the start of the season with an ankle injury. Not surprised. Juju Smith-Schuster, Chase Claypool, Kadarius Toney. Where are we going, Anthony? Yep. Let's pull it up real quick. Pause. Another guy to kind of finish in the middle of the pack, but 6 touchdowns last year. He's projected to finish with 8 this coming season. He averaged 19.8 fantasy points per game in PPR. Pretty much like slightly under this year. All right. We'll see how this goes. Let's see how many you have left after. You still have the flexes, the super flexes, and the bench. These are the receivers that are left. No, this is like everybody that's left. Where are you looking to go with this, Anthony? God damn, my eyes are killing me. Anthony went silent again. Come on, bro. I can't do the dead air. Let's try this. Hold up. I'm going to remove this real quick, and we're going to try to fix this. I'm going to add this right back. Hold up, y'all. There you go. Right now, wait a second. Nope, that's not the same one. Hold up. It's not the same one. That's not the same one. Give me a second. It's a pain in the ass when you got fucking 3 screens sometimes. I'm not rich, y'all. So this is a list of what you have available, and here are the suggestions at this point. And right now you have Derek Carr, Dalvin Cook, Kareem Hunt, Devontae Adams, Gabriel Davis, and Mark Andrews. You have 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a quarterback. So where are we going with this, Anthony? Here is what you guys have, and the top tight ends: T.J. Hawkinson, Dallas Goedert, Dalton Schultz, Pratt Freiermuth, and who's the quarterback in Pittsburgh? Mason Rudolph. I can't. It's gonna sound super weird. I'm not even gonna say it. See if Waller's available. Oh, Waller's gone. Let's see where Waller went. Waller went in the 7th round, and Jacobs went 7th round, 3rd overall. Nope, he's not available. He just got drafted 2 picks ahead of you, 3 picks ahead of you. So these are the suggestions at tight end right now. I think Goff is still the quarterback in Detroit. You know, take TJ, take TJ. These are who you guys have available. Jameson Williams is injured right now. He's on the reserve list. Shit. So he's only going to miss the first couple of games, though. Anthony said a receiver. Okay. Jameson Williams, who's out until further notice. So you have Tyler Lockett, Jahan Dotson, another rookie, Christian Watson. It's a lot of rookies that are up here right now that they're suggesting. Christian Kirk just relocated to Jacksonville. He's up there. Hunter Renfro's up there. Do you want Renfro? Do you want 3rd and Renfro? You got Carr, you got Adams. I want to see what he says. I think he's going to go with Renfro, though. Yep. Knew that was coming. And just for reference, everybody, do not go with your favorite team and you take all their players when you do a fantasy draft, Joe. The top running backs are pretty much all off the board. You still have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You have Tony Pollard. You have Ramondre Stevenson. You have Rashad White. You have Chase Edmonds. Devin Singletary. Again, Buffalo really doesn't utilize. They don't really utilize their run game when they have Allen back there. And then he's got some phenomenal weapons at the receiver position. So I don't really trust in Buffalo's running game that much. He's going with Pollard. There we go. I can't with you. Is a receiver Pickens from the Steelers still available? Hold on. Let's go to receivers. I think he's gone. Let's check the draft board. I think he's gone. I'm trying to read through this. I'm starting to go cross-eyed. Yeah, Pickens is gone. He was gone in the last round. He's right. Where is it? He's right here. Obviously, I can't edit that shit. That would be weird. If you're looking for receivers, you have Christian Watson, who's in Green Bay. He might be that next thing. He might be that next weapon for Aaron Rodgers. You got David Bell. He's actually injured. Calvin Ridley suspended for the season. Adam Thielen's there. Jalen Tolbert's there. I think with guys like this right now, I still can't believe OBJ is a free agent. I can only imagine what his asking price is. Again, I think Christian Watson is going to be that next weapon that that Aaron Rodgers is going to need in the absence of Devontae Adams. You still have some solid running backs up here too. But if you're looking to go the receiver route, I would say take Christian Watson and see what's available next at the running back position. So let's see. Ramondre Stevenson is still there. Dameon Pierce is there. Brian Robinson Jr., James Robinson is injured. Alexander Madison is probably not going to see as much as he did. Cordero Patterson's up there, bro. I would take him. Antonio Brown? Funny. Rick is a fool. What do you think about Cordero Patterson? He's another versatile threat. He's great in the backfield, but he's also a solid guy that you can put in the slot. He's one of those gadget guys that did his thing for Atlanta last year. And now with Mariota as a new quarterback, with Ridley being suspended, Cordero Patterson can be that versatile guy for Atlanta this coming season. Pull the trigger or no? Yeah, on Patterson? Okay. So you still have to fill your bench with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. You still need a defense and a kicker as well. This is a combination of things, but again, this is fantasy football. This isn't my actual rankings when it comes to quarterbacks. I have Carr in the top 10, so it's not even something that really can be discussed. I don't care about the rest. I'm going to auto pick the bench and the rest. All right, so hold up. If that's what we're doing, let me go Calvin Ridley. No, I'm fucking with you. Can I auto pick the rest of this shit? There's only one tight end left in tier 3, and that's Trey McBride. So I'm going to get you a backup tight end. Still going to need a backup quarterback. They want you to take another quarterback. Like, let's see something. 2 quarterbacks left in tier 4. Do you need another quarterback, though? I don't. Well, again, you have a super flex or whatever it was. So, I don't know how long it's going to take for Kenny Pickett to develop either, but Davis Mills is a starting quarterback right now. Mariota was gone, I think. I'm not giving you Bucker, obviously. Carlson, the sniper. Defensively, fuck. What defense do you want? Because realistically, I don't even have it up right now. Hold up. We'll go to the defense real quick. This is a top for the defenses. And you have the Cowboys up there. You have the Colts up there. Let's see what this ranking grade got you. You got a C minus. So let's see. Projected standings. As you projected to finish 11th with this weird ass fucking. He said the Raiders defense. Yeah, that's your first problem. And like I said, I'm telling people that from the jump. Do not fucking use your entire fucking draft on your favorite team. That's not what you want to do. So now we're going to do a regular one. Hold on. This one's for Raider Rick. He said he's got the 4th overall pick, and I believe who's I got? Rick, you are in a 12 or a 10? I'm going to run with Rick's real quick and then show you guys the rest of the top 25, and then I'm going to break out. We've already been on for over an hour. 12. All right, so let's get this started. And you said you got the 4th overall, 2022 PPR. All right, so this is what you have on the board right now. We're going to try to do this the right way this time. This is what the cheat sheet has, but we don't really need that right now. Rick, where are we going with this? And try to be quick in your response. Mr. Jefferson. Devontae Adams is off the board, y'all. All right, where are we going next? Again, Kamara is not suspended and probably won't be until the 2023 season. CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, Deebo Samuel, Michael Pittman Jr., A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Waddle, Michael Robinson. Michael Williams. CD? All right, you got it. Running backs, you have Nick Chubb, James Conner, Ezekiel Elliott, Travis Etienne, Brees Hall, David Montgomery, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, who's injured, A.J. Dillon, Josh Jacobs, Elijah Mitchell. Tight end, you have Kyle Pitts, George Kittle, Darren Waller as the remaining tier 1 tight ends. Where are we going? And he's projected to finish in the top 10 of all his categories. Top 5, actually. Running backs, you still have the tier 4 guys, and there's 9 remaining in tier 4. You got Zeke. You got, hold on. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. Oh, I can. There we go. Those are the tier 4 receivers you have. If you're looking to get a quarterback, they're pretty much gone. Wait. No, you got Russell Wilson. You have the rest of the tier 3 guys. Where are we going, Rick? He's taking Zeke. Okay. Now where do you want to go? Receivers again? You got Scary Terry up there. You have Mike Williams up there. And those are remaining tier 3. Tier 4, these are the guys you have. DK is going to be on the decline this year. He just got his extension, but he has Drew Lock as a starting quarterback. I do not trust that right now. Judy's up there. Mooney's up there. Rashad Bateman's up there for Baltimore, who might actually put some serious numbers up as the number 1 for Baltimore this year. Juju's up there. Obviously, I don't think you want him. Where are we going, Rick? Breece Hall. Okay. Where the fuck is he on this list? No, Hall is gone, bro. Look, you said his name, but he's right there. He's out. These are who you have as your remaining running backs. Rick, what are we looking at, man? Elijah Mitchell. Okay. We're going back. I don't know where you're trying to go now. Receivers and running backs. This is what you have left. Let me zoom in on this for you. These are the backs that are left. And the receivers are on the right. Renfro, let's go. Devontae Smith is still up there. Definitely going to have a solid year right now with Jalen Hurts. Brandon Ayuk. Alan Lazard is up there. Running backs, you got JJ, you got Antonio Gibson, you got Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you have Kareem Hunt. Those are the suggested ones. You don't have a quarterback yet. And I think I fucked this one up too because there are shit. Yeah, I fucked this one up. I am the Bay. What's good? I thought this was the one that was not Dynasty. Fuck. God damn it. I'm gonna do another one for you in the near future. GA, what's good? I don't know how the hell this just happened when I fucking adjusted it. Maybe it didn't adjust it the way it was supposed to. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just run through the rest of this shit and see how it looks, because Carr is gone. Yeah, he's gone. Benjamin, what's good? Let's just wrap this up, and then we're gonna go through the rest of the rankings real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this up because I am fucking exhausted. All right, fuck it. I gotta fix that next time. All right, let's get back to this real quick. So the receivers, here we go, and you see who we have in the top 5. Again, this is fantasy. This isn't actual legit rankings of receivers. Adams is there at number 5. I definitely have that guy as the elite of the elite right now. I think it's between him and Cooper Kupp at the top. But these are some solid receivers that have put up solid numbers over the last few years. Definitely would love the best advice I can give you guys, especially when it comes to PPR. As we all know, the league has become so much more of a pass-friendly league, is try to get a duo if possible, whether it being a combination of a quarterback and a receiver or a quarterback and a tight end. Depending on who you guys have, you're almost definitely able to pull away at least 45 to 50 points right off the bat with your team going into the start of a week. So again, Jefferson, obviously you would want Cousins. Kupp, you would want Stafford. Chase, you want Burrow. Diggs, you want Allen. Allen will be doing a lot more too with him being that dual threat. Devontae Adams, him and Carr, most definitely. But you also have to take in consideration the other type of options that these guys have. Like we have that problem with Waller, with Renfro. Guys in the backfield as well, like Amir Abdullah, Brendan Bolden, Zeus White, Jacobs as well. These guys are swing. A lot of these guys can perform as swing backs. Jacobs didn't necessarily put up the solid numbers as a swing back last year, and that's one thing he's been working on the last 2 years. But Yeah. Pittman Jr. is up there because he's been damn fucking good for Indy the last few years. T. Higgins, great weapon for Burrow alongside Jamar Chase. You could choose either one of those for your combination. You see a lot of people. Metcalf, I have at 19. Again, solely your starting quarterback right now is Drew Lock. I don't know how often you're going to get the ball. Jalen Waddle, I still don't trust Tua necessarily. Sinister, appreciate you, bro. But Judy, 25, most definitely, because your quarterback right now is Russell Wilson, and you don't have an offensive line. So here we go with the tight ends. Pause. Kelsey, Andrews, Pitts, Kittle, Waller. Pitts is going to be that viable option, especially for Marcus Mariota in Atlanta. He did put up some solid numbers last year with Atlanta as well, under Matt Ryan as his quarterback. But I think right here, if you guys are lucky enough to get one of these top 5, even Ertz is going to be a serious safety blanket for Kyler Murray this year, as Hopkins is suspended the first few games of the season. We don't know what the deal with Brown is. Ertz is going to be that option this year. At least Pittman is produced even with Wentz. That's a fact, Raider Rick. Jasicki is going to be a guy that's looking for a contract and a bag, and apparently Miami's trying to utilize him in a lot of different ways. We saw that in the preseason game. He was out there a hell of a lot longer than most conscious, smart head coaches would want to have a starting tight end out there for. But this is where you have your top 25 right here, guys. Move on to the kickers, obviously. Carlson should be a hell of a lot higher, but Tucker is another guy. He actually just became the highest paid kicker in the league. And with the amount of points that these teams put up on average, it doesn't even have to be 3-point field goals. The fucking extra points as well, man. When you're scoring a shitload of points, you're getting a lot of attempts at extra points as well. So these guys are the guys that you're going to want as your kickers. If you're lucky to get them in the top 10, I definitely believe in these rankings, Carlson was robbed, just like he was in Madden. I will put Carlson a hell of a lot higher. I think I would probably put him under Tucker, with Bass following him. Tucker has definitely become a legend, most definitely. But I definitely think Carlson deserves his respect, and I think he should honestly be like number 2. The defense, obviously, our Raiders aren't up there. There's nothing to be up in arms about. I've said this before. This is fantasy. But at the same time, in real life football, I look at the Raiders as being a team that could be anywhere from 11 to 15 in overall defense this year, with the additions of Anthony Averett, Rocky Sin, Chandler Jones, Jayon Brown, just to name a few. This team could be a solid fucking defense this year. They just got to click on all cylinders, and I can't wait to see our starting defense out there. The Bills have had a good defense over these last few years. The Bucks, we know what they've done over the last 3 years, especially with that Super Bowl run. The Niners are projected to be a solid team on both sides of the ball this coming year, and I'm not against that. The Colts is kind of questionable, especially with Gus Bradley running that defense, but their defenses look pretty solid throughout this preseason. The Rams continue to have a good defense. Ndamukong Suh is gone. He is now a free agent. Patriots, they've always had a solid defense. They're going to continue to do what they're doing. Broncos, same thing. They do have a solid defense. They have a pretty good defense almost every single year. They still lose to us. And the one thing, and it's like the ongoing joke with the Broncos, they're always one quarterback away. Guess what? You still don't have an offensive line. You're not a quarterback away from shit right now. The Saints, another team, really good defense. I'm questioning them going into this year, especially with a new head coach. Cowboys, 2 words, Micah Parsons. Chargers, they revamped that fucking defense tremendously. And it sucks to say that. Excuse me. J.C. Jackson is going to be out. He's probably not going to be playing in week 1. They have Bosa. They have Khalil Mack. They have Derwin James, just to name a few. Again, I hope they have their ACL insurance on deck, because majority of the guys on that team can't stay healthy for an entire fucking season. But there are your rankings. We will be doing stuff throughout this season, every single week pretty much. I would love for you guys to call in like a few of you did today. We will be doing start sit-ems probably the same time that I do our walkthroughs the day before games. I'll answer your – actually, I might even, if I can get myself up early enough, I'll answer your start sit-ems and fantasy questions on game day to get you guys ready for your matchups going into the start of each week. Again, we have a lot of new segments that are going to be coming to Hammers House once the season starts. This is going to be one of them. Definitely looking forward to doing this and trying to get more on top of it as much as possible. I know this is something I said that I was going to present to you for quite some time now. It's done. Shout out to my son for doing it with the visuals anyways. But this is something we will be covering throughout the season. We will probably do like one on probably Tuesdays with like the stars for each position. We'll have like the stars each week for each position, even the defense and kickers as well. And again, we'll do start sit-em and answer any other fantasy questions. If you guys need to make trades, if you need to do this, that, and the third, this will be the one-stop channel to come to for it. For those that are in here, if you wanted to become a part of the conversation, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and moving forward. That's what we're going to do with the lives. I'm only going to leave this to subscribers to the channel. We got to get this ball rolling. A lot of you guys have been super supportive. You guys have also are projecting me to be at 10,000 subs this season. Let's hope it comes to fruition, but it doesn't happen without each and every one of you guys sharing and spreading the word about this channel. It's not just Raiders. We're going to be doing fantasy football. When I have the opportunities, I'll be back on the grind trying to do the UFC fights again. I know you guys enjoyed that. I stepped out of the box in the summer before the transition and did a couple of NBA final games, which was dope. And it was a huge turnout in regards to the views for that. But again, we're going to be doing a lot more things. And again, throughout the week when we do our lives, we're going to have a lot of other segments that are going to be added on. With the help of Prez, he's going to be doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes for the channel. But you guys are definitely going to be in store for a great season, not just Raiders, but also fantasy football. So I hope I was somewhat helpful. If you guys have any other questions moving forward, I got you guys absolutely. But I appreciate you guys pulling on up. I've done a total of 3.5 hours worth of lives today. I didn't really expect this one to go on as long as it did, but I'm going to out. Guys, continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID is still around. Remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, I'll see you guys.
The United States are strongly encouraged to shelter in place to avoid being attacked or taken hostage. To shelter in place, take the following precautions. Close all windows and doors, and all lights.